I wouldn't have a kid unless I was married. Like, I guess where I stand with marriage. So if I think I wanted that like path line, then I would say yeah.
Yo, today we are actually going to talk about an interesting story. I'm gonna feature Batikas in this video. She's gonna talk about her perception about marriage and if she would get married one time in future, and why so many young people today are not so much inclined into marriage, and what are the consequences, what are the factors that influence marriage in this very day and age. Let's just head straight into the video.
I feel like a lot of people in our generation aren't going to get married, and I think a lot of us will stay single. I don't know. I feel like that will happen. I feel like we're going to be, I don't know. I just have this like feeling. I see a lot of stuff on like TikTok and around the place, and like even speaking to my friends, and I'm like, I really get a vibe that our generation might be the ones that are like, it shifts, and a lot of us aren't going to get married or like have the traditional kind of like, I don't know, life that people are having.
There might be truth in that.
Yeah, that's increasing. Yeah, I honestly think that might happen. What do you mean, are you truly single? What does this mean? Better single than with the wrong one? Yeah. But I think a lot of people as well, if they decide to not have kids, also might not see like the value in marriage and things like that. It just depends. I think we're going to have like a really big mix our generation.
Hey Brit, do you want to get married one day? I don't think marriage is a big deal, it's just a ring on your finger. But that's just my personal opinion. What's your opinion on marriage?
Bold of you to assume
What's my
that.
opinion on marriage? I think like if I found like, I think that's like, okay, let's break it into, yes, I would like to get married if I found the right person, but I've always had the stance like I would never have a man's kids if I was not married to him.
True that.
Because for me, it's like, if you want me to sacrifice, you know, like, well, like it's a massive sacrifice for both of us to have kids, but like on my, like, it's a lot of physical, it's like one of the most painful things I think you'll go through as a woman. I wouldn't have a kid unless I was married.
Agreed.
Like, it's just, I guess, where I stand with marriage. So if I think I wanted that like path line, then I would say yeah. But then if I wasn't wanting kids or didn't, I don't know, then I probably maybe wouldn't, if that makes sense. But I would like to be married, yeah. I think it'd be more of a waste if you felt pressure to do something and ultimately they don't want to do. What's this in relation to, sorry? Oh, it'd be a waste of young women decide not to have kids. You have mature enough to have kids in a few years. You have, wait, what's this mean? You have, can I not just English today? Or are you guys trying to confuse me? I'm like, what am I reading? Be a waste of young women decide not. What do you mean by that? My Uber driver the other day was talking about his kids though, and it was so cute. He's like, just saying how I don't know, he was just very like much a very happy father, and it was so cute to see. Most of the big countries suffering birth rates. I find it really fascinating. But maybe, I think most of the like modernized countries maybe are.
Oh, hear me out. The thing is, in this current generation, I do understand why it's very difficult for one to get married, especially in those prime ages. Like our parents were getting married as early as even 18, 19, some between their 20s to 25. And most of the youths nowadays, they are over 25 and they're not thinking marriage. They're gonna think marriage in about 30 to 35 for most males, and females that 25 to 30. But what's worrying is that biological clock, because sometimes the taste and preferences for men, older men, are younger women, and these younger women also don't want to get married. So it's kind of confusing. Each and every person is left in that island where the ones you want don't want, and the ones that want, you don't want them. And it's attributed by certain facts like mental health, and mental health, you know, is being caused by things like stigma, by financial stability. And don't forget that financial stability is highly influenced by rates of unemployment, and the way they're through the roof right now. Man, I don't even have a comment. You guys know it. It's kind of difficult to start a family right now, and definitely the population is going to decrease. The rates of marriage is going to decrease. But having children is something that you need to have sat down and factored out everything. You need to know that this is the right person for me, that this is the person that I wanna have kids with, that my kids are gonna share like the happiness together, start a family with a person that is sensible, that is mentally upright, that's someone that is self-driven, someone that is really up to the task of keeping responsibility, and not the one that is going to buy milk and never come back. Marriage is something that can be influenced externally, but you also have to have that internal awareness that you are ready for this thing. Well guys, I don't want to go much into it. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button for this video. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Also consider turning post notifications so that you may not miss any of my next uploads. Let me meet you in the next video. Peace out.